Alright, today what we've got on the workbench is a Proto2000 AAR standard 50-ton flat car, and these are really easy kits to build, and so I thought I'd just kind of do one and show you how I build one. You can still get these kits on eBay. You can find them anywhere from $10 on up. I've seen them go as high as I think there's one on eBay right now for $30, $31. Or Walthers carries this exact car, maybe not this road name, but they do still carry the car, and it's a ready to run model now. I don't think they have the kits anymore, but I think the price on those is $37 or $38 a piece. So, but if you like to put your own models together, you can still buy these Proto kits online, and this is a brand new kit. So we're getting everything out of the box. Now, usually on my wheel sets, I change out everything. I use all metal wheels except for these the Proto ones. These Proto kits, I use the wheels that come with the kit. If I do a blue box kit or a roundhouse, I've built several other kits, and I always switch out the wheels and put the KD wheels on them. But these Proto wheels I really like because they roll really well. So this kit comes with just a couple. It's a very simple kit. This is the bottom plate. It's a grab irons, brake wheel, some steps. This is the rigging for the brake wheel, and the coupler box covers. So we'll get into that and get all that stuff cut out. We've got the frame. This is the C&O car. This is the weight, and then we'll get that attached here after a bit. And then we've got a semi-weathered deck there. And the kit comes with the horn couplers, but I don't use the horn couplers. And that's it for in the box. Now the couplers, I change them out, and I always use KD. I use number 5s. So I'll get those pulled out here after a while, and we'll get them put in. But right now, let's start. And I have put a couple of these kits together. So what I'll end up doing is I'll just go by memory here, and this does that weight will only go in one way. It's not centered. I thought they were centered when I first got them, but they're not. So you can only install that one way. That'll slide in there like that. And then of course your deck will only go in one way. That'll go there. We've got a few little screws that came with the kit. Little Phillips. Get that in there. And that will install in there like so. Get that one in there. Okay, so there's our deck mounted. Easy peasy. Now what I'll go ahead and do is I'll go ahead and cut these parts off of this and show you how let's skip that one. take your time and punch those out. Then I like to take, if I have pieces like that, you can either trim them off or file them. Sometimes I do a combination of both. Get that down there. So let me knock this one off. Get that off of there. And I get these files from a hair place, sells beauty supplies. So we get those filed down flat. There's that. And like I say, that right there, that will go right in there, just like that. So but for right now, we'll go through, and the instructions, if you look at the instructions, they want you to put the steps on, deck steps, as the first step. And you can, if you want to, go ahead and start cutting some of these out. Put my finger on it so it doesn't fly away. And I'll hit those with the file here in a second. Okay. I paused that there to get the phone, and then I went ahead and started cutting out pieces again. Of course, you didn't really miss anything. I was just cutting that out. So let me get that out of the way. Let me hit these with the file here. Actually, I'll cut that off. It's a little big. And then I'll hit it with a file. They do send extras, so that's why I have 6 pieces there. Get that one, and the rest of them I'll put back in the box, or put it in one of my little storage containers. That way I'll have them. So we'll hit that with a file real quick. Hit that. Get all the burrs off. Here's number 2. Number 3. And get this one all finished up. That'll be number 4. Okay, so there's that. I got my coupler boxes cut here. Let me, while I got them out, just go ahead and file them off. Lay them off to the side. that. Now these two extra ones, like I say, I'll put them back in the box there. That way I'll have them. All right. We'll go ahead and install our steps. And the way those go, they sit in there. I don't know if you can see that or not. You know, we're on the camera. They just sit right in that little pocket. And I'll go ahead and I'll get all four of them where they're supposed to be. Set in there. It's always one. It's always going to be one. Okay. So there's that. Now what I'll use here is I put on this styrene cement. Seems to work really well on these. Basically just touch it and you're good to go. And that dries clear. Don't have to worry about it. And it is the I use the Plastruck. Of course, I use CA, and I use some Tamiya glue here too. The Model Masters liquid cement. I'll use that every once in a while. So we've got that. Now I'll cut out. Yeah, I'll go ahead and cut some of these handholds out. And it takes 8 of them, but they send you 12. So you do have a little bit of wiggle room. Because they are delicate. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And like I say, I've got 4 more there. I'll come back in a little later and I'll cut this the brake detail out. So these I can go through and kind of nip some of that flash off. And it is tiny. So I have a hard time filing these parts. Not a lot there to hold on to, as you can see. That. There's 4 of them done. Five. Okay, 6. Seven. Well, that one's a little long there, so I need to trim into that off. Okay. There's that. Alright, there's all 8 of those. Now, what I'll end up doing is I'll get my drill out and right offhand, I am not sure what size I have in that, but I will tell you here in a second. Handiest thing you can have, a set of calipers. So this is 28 thousandths is the size on that. Don't ask me what number that is. I'd have to look it up. I'd rather go by thousandths than the numbers. Makes more sense to me. Anyway, and get that out of the way. Put that over there, and what I'll end up doing is where these go, you can see our holes. And I take and I ream those out, run this drill bit down through there and ream that out. Actually, you can't see that because that black, I don't know if I can zoom in. Yeah, that's too close to focus. But anyway, right above the steps, there are 2 holes. And what I'll end up doing is I'll ream all of them out. And after I get them all reamed out, then and you might be able to see them there on the end better. Yeah, there's two holes. There's a hole there, and back in here. So I'll get those reamed out. Okay. A few more here. On this side anyway. Now we'll start on the opposite side. Let's see, this is the A end of the car. My step came off. I must have hit the wrong spot with glue. Oh well. Better now than later. Okay. There's all my holes. Go ahead and put this back in. Oh, there. See, now that's why they send extra steps. I just shot that one across the room somewhere. Actually, I've already got them cut out. So, let me trim this up. See if I can get that in there with my fingers. Okay. Go back to the plastic strut. And I did, if you can see this bright spot right in here, that's about a half a bottle of CA glue I spilled on that the other day. How many people know that CA glue gets hot and smokes when you spill enough of it? Well, let me tell you, it does. So, I've got that back in place, and I believe it's all the way in there. Yep. Okay, so now I'm ready to start putting the grab irons in. And if I can get them picked up again. May have to ream that hole out again. There we go. Okay, there's that one. And I'll go in from the back, and actually I can do it from the front because you can't see this CA glue. So there's that one. And I know that is really, really hard to see, that black on black. So and there, I just moved that across the workbench. There it is. That's the bad thing about these really tiny parts. There's that one. You're gonna love the smell of that stuff. Well, I'm just all fingers here. Having a hard time today, all thumbs. My man. Let me set this down. Get that lined up the way it needs to go. Get that in there. We'll see if I can get this. Well, I was going to try 2 at a time, but I figure I better not, the way my luck's been going here. Okay. There's that one. So there's that side. And I will have to go back and cut another one because I lost one already. And I'm about ready to lose another one if I don't watch it. Well, I'll just shot that one back here. See, if you don't ream the holes out, it's worse than that. There's that one. There's that one. I've got one more here, but like I say, I'm gonna have to cut me another one off, because I lost one. Go ahead and cut another one here. I'll probably stand up and find that one. I doubt it. Anyway. Yep, that's the other reason they give you more than one. I broke that one. Make sure they are cut all the way through. There we go. Cut those little pieces of flash off. Okay. Let's see. That one goes right here on this corner. Manhandle the car around. Okay. There's all of our railings on, our handrails and grab irons, steps. You name it, it's on there. So now, I can go ahead and I'll put the couplers on. Take that box out. I'll get that set here in a minute. So the KD number 5s take these pieces with the spring. There There's that one. Zoom in a little bit on that. Manipulate that there just a little. I bent that just a little bit. Okay. Now we can go ahead and pull that out of the way a little bit. Get this installed. That one installed. That'll sit like that. These are Phillips screws. We'll get that on there. Let me hold that with my fingers. A little tight. Okay. Now, after I get the car completed, I'll go back through and set it on the track, use the Katy coupler gauge, and make sure our coupler height is right. But for right now, I am almost to the point of being done. Loosen that just a little bit. There's that. And set the wheel sets on here. So, loosen that up just a touch. Okay. So in a nutshell, of course now I got to put this on here yet. That is our completed car. I do need to put the brake wheel on it yet, but I want to be able to lay it down flat so that I can make adjustments if I need to put shims in. Actually, I've got this little piece of track right here. Flip this over. Set it down on the track. And that does roll really, like I say, those Proto wheel sets roll really well. Now I just need to see where my coupler gauge. Okay, here's my coupler gauge. This is a KD 205 coupler height gauge. And let me move the camera around, that way you'll be able to see what I'm doing here. Alright, I've set that the car on the test track, just a little piece of track there with the KD coupler height gauge. And you can see that it is a little low on that side, so I'll shim that side up, and what I'm looking at is the center line going across, and that's, let me see if I can get that apart there. That's how you take and check your coupler height, and that also checks your trip pin. You can see where that trip pin goes across there. I mean, it's tight. But yeah, this is a little, that's just a touch low. It's not a whole lot low, but, and it might just be from where it's loose in the coupler box. Nope. But I'll end up fixing that. And then we can turn the car around. And this is the B end. I still haven't put the brake wheel on it. But let me get that in there. And as you can see, this one is just a touch low also. Not real low, but it is low enough to where I don't like it. So I'll put a thin shim underneath the rolling. Actually, let me get my wheel back up on there. And this one is fine. This side's fine. So it's just the other end. The B end's fine. So I'll go ahead and put the brake wheel on there, and we'll call this this car finished.